What is poppin', guys? PTC here, bringing you my review for WWE pay-per-view Hell in a Cell, October the 25th, 2015. So let's jump into it. This pay-per-view was a filler pay-per-view with an above-average card, full of decent action that wasn't awful. That is my broad review of it. If you guys, are kind of debating on whether you want to watch it or whatever, you can watch it. There was some good matches. The storytelling was pretty good too. Jumping in to specifics of the matches. For the pre-show, we had Cesaro, Neville, and Ziggler against Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev. This was a good match. This probably should have opened the pay-per-view, not as a kickoff, but should have opened the pay-per-view. The We Have Nothing For You match was what it was. It truthfully was the We Have Nothing For You match, so here, go do this. Truthfully, I liked this match. I liked it for a few reasons. I liked it because Cesaro is immensely over. Cesaro is so underutilized, just horribly underused. It's a shame. It truly is. I like it for another reason because Neville ended up picking up a win here, and I think he needed that for his character. He hasn't won in a while. It was good for him to pick up a win. I like that. I was happy with that. Some gripes about this match. We didn't really get to see a lot of Rusev, a lot of really good Rusev. And I guess it's because he's sharing so much time with people, but it's kind of annoying because Rusev is one of the best workers and the best, all-around guys in the business today. So to see him fall as far as he has, it really sucks. I would not mind him going after a title now. The IC title would be cool. The US title's fine as well. I just want to see Rusev do something. I want to see them use the guy because he's great. I know they've got some heat with him backstage because of the whole Lana thing, but they need to get over it. I know that it's one thing with the WWE and then you're done. Much like Cesaro when he started out with Oksana, I think that's why he's not getting a push. I know Wyatt now said this on his review as well, but I completely agree. I think that his initial push with Oksana, he wasn't good yet. He wasn't there. He wasn't at this level, but he is completely past the level that he was at before, and he is insanely over with this crowd. He was flying around everywhere tonight. There was some cool spots with him. Neville flipped off his back. That was a pretty cool indie-esque spot. He was running around, uppercutting people all over the place. Cesaro was great. He was just fantastic. There's not much, you can't even say much about Cesaro other than the fact that he was just great tonight. He was just great. So I was really happy with how Cesaro looked in this match. Neville looked good. Ziggler sold for 5 minutes and then got out of the ring. He's going to hopefully get squashed by Tyler Breeze. That would be nice to see Tyler Breeze just get some big wins to come into the WWE. So overall, this is a good match. I would have liked to see more out of the heels. I would have liked for this match to have gotten more time. I think it got 10 minutes. It should have gotten 20 because this was a good match and everybody should have been allowed to get their shit off. And I like Sheamus in this match too. He didn't really do much, but big brooding heel Sheamus. I'm starting to come around a little bit. I don't like him when he talks, but I think we can maybe let this guy carry the title for a month if we need to. Okay. Next up, we started the show out with John Cena's Open Challenge. John Cena's Open Challenge. He had a surprise guest. Well, not a surprise guest, but a surprise opponent, a surprise return, if you will. If you follow the dirt sheets or the rumor mill for wrestling, then you will know that this shouldn't come as much of a surprise to you. However, I would say that it was a good surprise because at this point, we didn't know that he had signed back with the WWE. We had no idea, so it was kind of interesting to see this guy back so soon. But John Cena opened up his Open Challenge by dancing, which pissed me off because he just 2 weeks ago told the New Day to stop dancing because they need to take it seriously, and out he comes not taking shit seriously. So continuity, WWE, thank you so much for that. But anyway, Zeb Coulter comes out and his music hits, and I was thinking Jack Swagger's gonna do this, and then immediately I was fine with it. I was like, okay, all right, Jack, no, that's cool. Jack Swagger can do that's fine. Yeah, okay, I'm behind that. I'm behind Jack Swagger getting a shot because he's not that bad. Jack Swagger deserves to at least get on TV sometimes. So for him to come out and if he beats Cena for God knows what reason, okay, then you go with the guy. That's fine. He's taken time off to train and get better, and now he's here and he's better now. That is a storyline that I could get behind. That's fine with me. But no, they didn't do that. It's okay. Instead, we get Zeb Coulter out on his mobilized scooter, which looked ridiculous. We get him to come out, and Zeb Coulter is saying that he believes that there should be equality and we should have equal rights for all people, and just the whole shtick, pretty much the opposite of what he was doing before. Saying that John Cena was a polarizing figure, but he didn't unite people, and Zeb Coulter wants to unite people. And so out comes Alberto Del Rio. Okay, what the fuck? Why? Why? Immediately, why? Why, God, why? Help me, why? Okay. Last night I didn't have a problem with this. This morning I do. Because I remember just how fucking boring Alberto Del Rio is. He is more boring than Cena. Why, of all people to take this off of him, is Alberto Del Rio the guy that you go with? This is bad. This is bad because, alright, hear me out. Alberto Del Rio fans, I get it. He's you like him. That's fine. You can like who you want to like, and that's cool. A lot of people hate Kevin Owens. I love the guy. So, why is it bad? Number one, because first of all, you have him coming in essentially as a face, it looks like, and Alberto Del Rio does not work well face. He is a heel. He is a heel's heel. He is a heel. So having him come in as a face is bad news number one. Bad news number two is that Alberto Del Rio's fucking boring as fuck. That's why nobody liked him when he left. He wasn't really over when he got out of there. He's boring as shit to watch in the ring. That's why he works better as a heel, because heels are boring. That's why people boo them, because they don't want to cheer them. They give them no reason to cheer. Alberto Del Rio's boring. So, jumping into the match, it was a boring 7-minute match. 7 minutes for John Cena. 7. And John Cena loses to a abracadabra kick. I don't actually know what he calls it. Isn't it the abracadabra? I think it is. Something along those lines. He loses to a kick to the fucking head. John Cena. The guy that we've built this title around, this title reign around for so long, loses it to Alberto Del Rio to a fucking glorified super kick. Why? Neville, Cesaro, Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph fucking Ziggler, Rusev, Zack Ryder. Look at all the people that he's put on good quality matches with and beaten senseless, kicked out of all their finishers, and he loses to one super kick from Alberto Del fucking Rio in 7-minute squash match bullshit. This was bad, guys. This is really bad. Because, first of all, it doesn't help put over John Cena's opponents from the past. Every single person that John Cena's had a match against thus far, Owens, Neville, Zayn, all those guys, it buries them. Cena's kicked out of countless finishers, and then this guy comes in and wins with a fucking super kick. And it's not even his finishers. Finisher's an armbar, but God forbid that we let Cena tap out. That's not going to happen. So what do? We just lose him with a super kick. We beat him with a super kick. That's what we do. We're going to beat Cena with a super kick. Because fuck Owens and Zayn and Neville and Cesaro and Zack Ryder and everybody else that he's fought countless times. Rusev. Everyone that he's fought countless times. No, they don't get over. No, it's Alberto. It's Alberto's time. I'm glad we put over a young guy like Alberto Del Rio and didn't give it to someone like Neville, who could have used it to propel his career, since he's stuck in the mid-card, and not even the high mid-card, the low mid-card, where no titles exist. That's where Neville is. This booking was stupid. It made no sense. And to the end of the United States title storyline that John Cena's created, that's how we're going to end it. With Alberto Del Rio for a cheap pop with a boring superstar that nobody's going to get behind after a month of being back. Everybody's going to forget he exists. A waste of time. The whole time that Cena's had the title, a waste of time. You got invested in his matches? Well, fuck you. We're going to give it to Del Rio. You got invested in the open challenge? Wanted to see somebody unique and new and maybe push somebody to the moon? Nope. Del Rio. Have fun. This is horrible booking. It's so short-sighted. It blows me away that they did this. It really does. I can't talk about this match anymore. I'm so tired of this. Why is this what we've decided to do? Who knows? This is bad, guys. This is really bad. Next up on the card, we had Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Really interesting that they decided to put these guys on next. It was pretty weird to see them come out so early. I was hoping the Dudleys and New Day would come out next. Not necessarily for any reason other than to give the crowd something to cheer about after seeing their fallen hero John Cena lose, even though they were partly happy and partly upset. I thought it was nice to get Del Rio a win in California, though, because I know the Hispanic population in California is very much more than most places in the United States. So if anywhere for him to win, other than, like, I guess New Mexico, or even, maybe have a pay-per-view in Mexico, that would be nice, too. But it was nice to see Alberto Del Rio win there. But next up, we have Bray and Roman. Bray comes out wearing a really cool mask, and I thought that was really neat. That was just something that I had noted. But this match was everything that this feud should have been, but it didn't necessarily take any of the qualities from the feud to use in any of it. The feud, essentially, thus far, was supposed to be Braun Strowman coming in, and Roman can't get to Bray. So now there's a big issue because Braun Strowman is the obstacle that Roman has to overcome to get to Bray. But they booked it in a way to where there's no obstacle to overcome. Bray just gets beat up by Roman every week, and then they have a Hell in a Cell match because it's the pay-per-view that we're at this month. If we would have been at like Night of Champions or TLC or wherever, then they would have just had a normal match. But just because this was the flavor of the month, this is the match that we got. I'm not complaining because this was a good match. But it felt pointless to me. The whole thing, it didn't feel like it culminated the feud. Maybe because the feud wasn't really good. The story for the feud was badly written by the writers and the guys in backstage, which, of course, Bray and Roman can't help it. But this whole match, I was thinking, Bray needs this win. He needs this. This win right now would really make him strong. And unfortunately, what we got was a brawl, and a good one, but a brawl that ends in Roman Reigns winning, which I am not a very happy person when that happens, because Bray Wyatt needed to win more than Roman. You can build Roman back up whenever you want to. Roman's going to stay hot-ish even if he loses. Nobody's going to say, oh, you lost to Bray Wyatt. No. If you let Bray win, though, you really build this guy. You really put something behind him. The running theme throughout for me was that the heels just, they can't get their stuff over. Like, Bray Wyatt didn't get his stuff over. New Day aren't heels. Alberto Del Rio was a face for the most part. Brock Lesnar was a face. Spoilers for that one. Pretty much everybody that won tonight was face. So Bray and Roman have a gruesome Hell in a Cell match. They go through 3 tables. Actually, no, 2 tables, right? Was it 2 tables? Bray hit the Uranage on Roman Reigns and put Roman Reigns to a table with the Uranage Slam, which was just beautiful. It was just a piece of art. And then Roman speared Bray through a table, and I believe that's the only 2 table spots that there were, but they were good table spots. The Uranage took a little while to set up, but that, I can live with that. Bray beats Roman up with a kendo stick for the whole match. Roman had a cool spot where he was holding 2 kendo sticks about to beat Bray's ass, which was cool. I like that. Bray did some cool stuff, shoving Roman's head through a kendo stick that he set up through the cell. That was pretty nice. Let's see. Anything else to mention? I know Bray hit a really, really ferocious Sister Abigail, and it should have been over. But Roman kicked out because he's Roman Reigns. That should have ended the match to me. Is that Sister Abigail. He should have never kicked out of that, and he did. First of all, it buries Bray's finisher, and second of all, it buries Bray. Because Roman Reigns pushes Bray Wyatt into a kendo stick that Bray set up, and then he hits a spear, and then he wins. LOL, Roman wins. Now, one thing to note is that there were "Let's go Roman, Roman sucks" chants throughout this match, and that is bad. That's a bad sign for the WWE moving forward. You don't want this guy to be like Cena. If you want to build a babyface, don't let him be this babyface that gets booed by some and cheered by others. Let him be a babyface that people want to root for. Keeping with Roman, A little bit later on in the night, he and Dean have a backstage segment where Dean says, "Are you ready for what's going to happen tomorrow night?" And Roman says, "Yeah," or something like that. And I'm interested. I just feel like Dean's going to turn on him at some point, or maybe Roman turns on him. I don't know, but somebody's turning. One of these two is going to turn. They can't just keep both from babyface because Dean's losing all of his heat. Because Dean is now about as hot as room temperature water would be. He's just very lukewarm at this point. So something to get him hot would be nice. We'll see what happens. Anyway, next up we have a very, very, very boring tag team championship match between the New Day and the Dudley Boyz. And the New Day come out and they do their shtick with the unicorn thing. That was funny. The Xavier Woods tweet was funny. Everything about that was good stuff. This match, though, man, this match was boring. It was not fun to sit through and watch. I mean, the New Day are great, and they do good work in the ring, but you can only do so much with the Dudley Boyz, and they had a really bad botch in there. It was just, this was a bad match. I applaud the New Day for pushing through it, and the Dudleys for pushing through it because it was bad. There's no story being told. There was no nothing. It was just New Day winning their titles semi-clean. One spot to mention is that Kofi Kingston threw Xavier Woods' trombone at Bubba Ray and then fell to the ground. Very Ric Flair, very Eddie Guerrero. I believe the Dudley Boyz used to do things like this too. So very Dudley Boyz, Ric Flair, Eddie Guerrero-esque from the New Day. I thought that was a nice shout out. Of course, announcers didn't really sell any of that. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a cool spot. Then Big E takes the trombone, hits Devon. Yeah. He hit Devon in the back with the trombone as they were setting up for the 3D. Devon chases Big E out of the ring. And Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise, if that's still what that's called. I think maybe he needs a name change for it. But he hits the Trouble in Paradise on Bubba Ray and gets the pin. I think that's the first time Bubba Ray's been pinned thus far. I am happy that at least he took the pin. So yeah, that was that match. Next up, we have a Divas Championship match, Charlotte and Nikki, and this match was hot garbage. This match was shit. It was a shitstorm. First of all, Nikki Bella carried this match. Let me repeat that. Nikki Bella carried a match against Charlotte. So, what did we learn tonight? First of all, we learned that WWE does not care about any type of build with anything. Number two is that Charlotte is very overrated. And number three is that you just don't fuck with Brock Lesnar. That's pretty much all we learned tonight. And the WWE hates Bray Wyatt. They hate him. They hate his guts. So, through those things, I think the most surprising thing for me to learn is that Charlotte is extremely overrated as a worker. I thought she was better than she is, and I didn't think she was great, but I thought she was much better than this. This was awful for Charlotte. Nikki Bella carried this match, and she was tremendous. This is the first time I've ever complimented Nikki Bella, but she was great in this match. If she would keep this aggressive persona and character throughout, the weeks and on Raw, then people would get behind her as a vicious heel, but she doesn't do that often. She's the whiny, "Oh, well, you're the champion now. I'm the challenger, but I'm going to beat you." She does the whiny thing. She's got Bray by her side. Listen, this Nikki Bella was vicious, and she should have won this match tonight. I never thought I would ever get behind Nikki Bella winning another Divas Championship. She needed to win tonight. This was her night. She was on her game tonight. She sold out for this match, and Charlotte looked like she could care less. The punches that Charlotte threw, pretty much everything Charlotte did tonight was bad. Everything Charlotte did was bad. Nothing was good. Everything was bad. So, I mean, there's not even much to talk about. Nikki Bella threw some nasty forearms, threw Charlotte over the barricade. She hit an Alabama slam against the apron outside on Charlotte. He rolls Charlotte in the ring, gets her up for the rack attack, and Charlotte reverses it and gets the figure eight and wins. in a sloppy-looking figure 8 at that. One thing to note is that Nikki Bella did reverse the figure 4, but she crawled to the ropes. Kind of a ditzy move there, but, you know, it can be forgiven. I don't have an issue with that too much. I mean, it was dumb, but at the time she was just thinking, I got to get the rope somehow. So she turns her over and she's like, oh, this now's my chance. So, you know, I can understand some things, you know, happen. But, I mean, this match, man, this was just rough. This was just a rough match. I mean, Charlotte just looked like garbage tonight. So, I'm tired of hearing about her. I want to hear about Sasha. I want to hear about Becky. Hell, I want to hear about Asuka. Bring her up and let her beat Charlotte. Please. Anybody. Please. This was bad tonight. This is the worst Divas match since the Revolution started. And I am not joking. The worst match since the Revolution started on pay-per-view. Because Nikki versus Naomi at the last Raw was pretty bad. But this one was up there, dude. This was a bad match. They hit a spot on the top rope where Charlotte was supposed to counter something. It took them forever to set it up because Charlotte didn't jump when she was supposed to. She leaned back on the turnbuckle, so Nikki had to do something. And then Charlotte hits the move and tries to land on her feet, and it just didn't look... It was awful, guys. This was awful. Do not watch this match. It will forever tarnish your opinion of Charlotte. Forever. Tarnish. Do you understand? Do not watch this hot garbage match. This was bad. Next up, we have... Oh my god. Next up, we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Believe it or not, at 9:40 p.m., the 9:40 time slot, we get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Kane. The main title on the roster. This match was a piss break match between Charlotte and Nikki, between Seth and Kane, and Kevin Owens and Ryback. You could have taken a piss, you could have walked your dog, you could have done laundry, you could have gone to college, you could have gotten your degree, you could have come back home, and then the piss break would have been over. Congratulations. You did some things. You got some things accomplished. Good job. This match was so boring and so slow-paced. You would have never thought this was a Seth Rollins match. He carried this match, and he did such a good job because what could he do? What could Seth do there? You put him against a guy that's almost 50 years old, if he's not already 50, and you give him nothing to work with. Whoever booked this match seriously needs to be fired. I'm thinking whoever booked a lot of these matches needs to be fired. Because these matches were bad tonight. And these aren't bad performers. Listen, Charlotte's not that bad. But the way they booked these matches, and she just looked like hot garbage tonight, but even on a bad day, some people can come in and at least put on a good match. Seth did his best, but what they had to work with was garbage. It was bad. So bad. Seth and Kane put on a snooze fest match. At one point, Seth tried to powerbomb Kane through the announce table, and the announce table didn't break because Seth literally just placed him on the table, did not slam him hard at all because Kane is a 500-year-old man. However, throughout the match, I did appreciate the little nuances with Seth yelling at Kane, saying, you're just a man, you know, there's nothing special about you. You know what? If we get this Seth all the time that wins clean and he's strong, this is a good heel Seth. But the one we get is bad. It's not good heel Seth. This is bad heel Seth. But tonight we got a good heel Seth, and I was happy with this. If he would have been facing anybody else, this would have been great. But it wasn't. It was hot dog shit because Kane is 5 million years old and Seth Rollins is wrestling against a corpse. Kane moved about as fast as a corpse would move, and Seth was flying around him the whole match trying to get him to do spots, and Kane was just slowly limbering over. This was bad, guys. This is probably the worst championship main title match that I have seen in a very long time. This was rough. This was really bad. What was next? Oh, God. Oh, baby. What a joke. Next up, we have... Oh, by the way, Seth Rollins came out first to his own title defense. Kane came out second. So, yeah, hashtag fuck Seth. Next up, we have Kevin Owens versus Ryback. Oh, boy. This match was Butthole City, dude. This match was so bad. These 3 matches were bad matches, guys. These were bad matches. Not good at all. Kevin Owens needs a new feud pronto, as soon as possible. Oh, boy. What a jokester. What a jokester of a match. So Kevin Owens and Ryback have been feuding for a little while. And then they have a match, and Ryback is on the offensive. He is, looking strong. I don't like Ryback because he's boring and his ring work is bad, but he was looking strong as they could make him look. But by God, if this guy, ever wants to see a title again, he has to vary his moveset or learn something else. Because he's boring as shit to watch. It's like watching paint dry. I was literally uninvested in this match, and it was like a 5-minute match. I think Seth and Kane only got like 10 minutes too. Maybe 15. I think they might have gotten 15. But this match was god-awful. This was awful. Kevin Owens came back, started getting some offense off. Ryback hit him with a spine buster, and the place erupted in boos because nobody likes Ryback anymore. The Feed Me More chants are fun, and the crowd gets into him, but what the crowd doesn't understand is the Feed Me More chants actually make them think that you really like Ryback when you don't. You don't actually like him. You don't like Ryback. Listen, these aren't the droids you're looking for. You don't like Ryback. You want Kevin Owens to get pushed, not Ryback. These are not the droids you're looking for. All right. Finish to this match. Kevin Owens was sitting on the apron, ran to the ropes to get away from Ryback. Ryback attacks him. I was thinking maybe a DQ finish from count for the ref because Ryback was being overly aggressive, but no. What we get is something different. Kevin Owens kicks him in his face. Owens is laying on the other side of the ropes on the apron. You'll have to look it up. But Owens is laying there. Ryback is reaching over the ropes to try to grab him. Owens kicks him in the face. Ryback stumbles backwards because he's a big oaf. And Owens pushes him into the ropes for the sloppiest, most disgusting pop-up powerbomb you'll ever see. And it wasn't sloppy because of Owens. It was sloppy because Ryback got literally 3 inches off the ground on his jump. It was the worst pop-up powerbomb ever because Ryback can't jump higher than 3 inches. So, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Putting over Kevin Owens' finisher is nice, and he walks out with the title. I did not care for this match. I really hope they give Kevin Owens somebody good to work with next. That would be acceptable. It would be very nice to see Kevin Owens actually work with somebody who's got a little bit of talent. Not just a big dummy. And I don't mean to say big dummy in a very offensive way, but Ryback's just a big dummy. Because he can't wrestle. He's not good. He's no bueno. No bueno. They need to get him back with Curtis Axel because Curtis Axel and Ryback, they were pretty good together. I liked them together. Don't split them up. Why you do that? Don't do that. Why you doing that? Don't do that. Don't split them up. Just get them back together because Ryback can't do it by himself. He's not good enough. Next up, we have Undertaker and Lesnar. This was the match of the night in a landslide victory over Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt had a really, really good match, but this one just dwarfed that match. What I heard a couple of comparisons, and I will bring it up because this is as close to what I think is possible. This match tonight was like watching 2 grown men fighting after watching a bunch of boys fighting. This is sitting there as you're sitting in the locker room, you're watching this match and you're thinking, this is what I'm aspiring to be, not what I am currently. That was the difference between this match and that one, and all the others. There was actual blood in this match, and a lot of it. So if you're queasy or you don't like blood, then don't watch this match. This was a bloody match, as are most Lesnar matches. There was a lot of heat backstage, I think they caught from this, but the blood was a good touch. It was needed because it really helped show how much these guys just despise each other, how much they just want to kill each other. This was great. This was really good. This was really, really, really well done. Brock and Taker deserved this match to end their feud because it had been such a boring build to a very blah feud. But this match, the payoff on this match was fantastic. Lesnar starts bleeding by getting thrown into the ring post. I do not think it was a blade job, actually. I think Lesnar just bleeds really easily, so he might have like scratched himself or something dumb. Taker bladed. I'm almost positive Taker bladed because I saw him go underneath the ring. His head went underneath the ring for a split second. He came back out and he was bleeding. So I'm pretty positive that Taker bladed, which is fine. The blood is a nice touch sometimes, Vince. You don't have to be so scared of the blood. The blood is not going to hurt you, okay? The blood is fine. It was fine in this match. It was nice. It was nice to see people bleed. It brought some realism to the match. You thought, holy shit, this is actually a fight. At one point, Lesnar took off his MMA glove thing. And I was like, oh boy. This is a fight. This is a fight. Lesnar got the steel steps and whacked The Undertaker upside the head with him. That was a fucking nasty, nasty hit. This was a fight. This was a brawl. And it was good. Any spots I can remember? Lesnar whacked Taker with a chair over the head, and then he whacked him with some steps. Then there was a weird spot with Taker. Lesnar tried to slam the steps onto Taker, but Taker stuck his legs up, but it looked kind of funny. And the steps fell on Lesnar's head, which made it look 10 times worse. I was like, oh, God, is he okay? It was brutal. It was really brutal. The one gripe that I have with this match is the doctors kept coming in and stopping the match. But Lesnar hits an F5, and then he goes for the pin, and he kicks out of 2. So then the doctors come in and check The Undertaker out because he's bleeding a lot. So Lesnar pretty much kicks the doctor in his mouth and then says, get out of my way. And he F5s Taker again after he moves the doctors out of the way, which was great. Then he pinned again, 1-2, kick out at 2 by Taker again. Then Lesnar just gets really pissed. And he starts ripping up the ring. Tearing off the cloth, he starts ripping off the mat, the little matted surface. I know kayfabe is dead, but it was really cool to see that was really cool. It was really cool to see that. What else happened? Oh, Taker sat up while Lesnar was doing this. He was like, what are you doing? It was pretty funny just to see his face. He just sat up and looked at him, and Lesnar was still ripping up the ring, wasn't paying attention to him. Taker ends up hitting a choke slam, I believe, onto the exposed wood. I was waiting on someone to just go through it. I really was. I was waiting on that, but it didn't happen, luckily, because somebody would have gotten hurt. He hits the choke slam, and then he hits a tombstone on the exposed wood. He did miss the wood, but you guys get the idea. It was supposed to be through the wood. I mean, come on now. Come on. So he hits a tombstone piledriver on the wood. 1, 2, Lesnar kicks out at literally the last possible split second, and it was a beautiful kick out. It was so well done. So well done. It was just fantastic. I mean, it was just fantastic. So after that, what happens? Oh, after that, Lesnar picks up Taker and he F5s him under the wood. 1, 2, 3, it's over. That was it. And I was okay with this finish. I was okay with this. This was a good finish to a really good match. It ends the feud. Oh, he punched Taker in the balls, by the way. He shoryukened his nuts, which I thought was fine. I mean, he needed that. He needed to get his one back. That was fine. That was good. And it looked like it hurt. It actually looked brutal. So, I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I thoroughly enjoyed the ending. At the end of the pay-per-view, Taker is laying lifeless on the floor. Or on the mat, I should say. And, starts getting up. The people are cheering for him. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, somebody's going to run in. I don't know who it is. Or maybe somebody just comes out and helps him out. Somebody like Lesnar. I don't know. I don't know why Lesnar would do that. But then we hear Bray Wyatt's music hit. And I was immediately thinking, how much better would this have been if Roman Reigns didn't have to go over? If Roman Reigns lost tonight and Bray still came out to the Taker thing, oh my God, the heat on this guy would have been through the roof. So essentially what happens is Bray and his Goonies surround the ring. It's all 4 of them this time. Bray, Harper, Rowan, and Strowman. So they surround the ring, and what ends up happening is they attack Taker, and then they carry him out as if he is on a crucifix. This was a tremendous ending to the pay-per-view. I liked it a lot until I heard the plans So if you guys do not want to know what's coming, then maybe you should click off the video, leave a like first, but then click off. Spoilers, potential spoilers. This is just rumors, but some of these things are usually right. That the Undertaker is going to have a team at Survivor Series to take on the Wyatt family. Oh God, no. And reportedly the team is Kane, Dean Ambrose, and Uwa. Oh. No. Don't do this. Listen. Take this to Mania. Let Bray get his win back. Then put him over like you should have done last year. Take this to Mania. Do not do what you're planning to do. This is not what needs to happen. Another rumor is that they're setting up Strowman versus Taker at WrestleMania 32, sorry. Oh, no. Why? Just let Bray get his win back. Please. So to summarize this pay-per-view, the beginning was weird. The next match was really good. The next match after that was okay. The next three were hot garbage, and the finale, the main event, was fantastic. It was tremendous. It was the best WWE match I've seen in a very long time. I was really, really happy that this match lived up to hype. And I must apologize to the people that heard me say that I think that the Undertaker and Lesnar match is going to be stupid because the feud is dumb. I was wrong. This match was fantastic. I was completely wrong. So what does this mean for the future of the WWE? What does this mean? Because a lot of feuds ended tonight. So what are we going to get on Monday? I'll tell you. Roman Reigns is either going to go after the title, or he and Dean have got some sneaky plans. John Cena supposedly is going to be off TV for a while. Alberto Del Rio will have his story with Zeb Coulter and potentially leading to a Jack Swagger match. Fingers crossed, because I think Jack Swagger deserves another shot. I'm thinking Jack Swagger Del Rio is coming. Swagger's going to be annoyed that Zeb Coulter took his, or Del Rio took his guy, and real American Jack Swagger's going to come and save the day against heel Del Rio, hopefully. Hopefully heel Del Rio. Please, God, don't fuck this up. All right, next guy I want to talk about is Bray. You guys heard what I just said. The rumor is that Bray is going to be fighting Taker at Survivor Series, but if there is a higher being with control over the world, please do not let that happen. Please don't let that happen. Please. Seth is probably going to feud with Roman Reigns, or Mystery Man. Maybe somebody like Cesaro. Okay, never mind. Let me not get too wild. Demon Kane, who knows what's going to happen to him. Corporate Kane is supposedly dead after this. I don't know. Daniel Bryan's return is imminent. It is hopefully going to happen very soon. Word is he passed his concussion protocol, so he should be back sometime in the future. Excited about that. Taker and Lesnar are supposedly not supposed to be on television for a while. They're supposed to be off until the next year, but who knows? We'll see. Come Monday. Anything else I missed? Oh, the Divas. It's either going to lead to a burn-off match for Paige and Charlotte. I would like a fatal four-way between Paige, Nikki Bella, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. That's what I would like. We'll see, though. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, then make sure you stick around the channel, because on Monday night, we will have a Raw review going up. So make sure you stick around the channel for that, and I will see you guys in the next review. Before I go, this pay-per-view deserves a rating, and the rating that I'm going to give this pay-per-view is a 6 out of 10. It was above average, but only because of the Undertaker and Lesnar match and Bray and Reigns. Those are the only two saving graces for this pay-per-view. If it weren't for those matches, this pay-per-view was hot garbage. This was a rough one, but those matches saved the day. So, that being said, now that I've given my rating, I'm going to get up out of here, and I will see you guys on Monday night. I'm out.